Alright, so in today's video, we will be repairing this vacuum cleaner battery. As you can see, the rated voltage of this battery is 21.6 volts. The max charging voltage is 25.05. The output of this battery on the multimeter shows 0. Let me check it and show you guys. As you can see, it's at 0 volts. The customer said that he left the battery in the vacuum cleaner for a very long time, and when he wanted to charge it, it wouldn't charge at all. Probably the cells went below the charger voltage. Let's open it up. All the odds and everything looks nice on this side as well. The first thing I do is try and find the positive and negative. We can see that it's over here. Now we're going to check with our voltage meter what voltage. So it turns out that the voltage is at 10.5. As you saw, the voltage was way below the norm, which means that there is an issue with the cells. Usually this means that 2 of the cells or 1 is at 0 volts and the rest are at a regular voltage. But in this case I tested them and 3 of the cells were at 0 volts and the 3 were at normal voltage. It's just better to get new cells and not play with them, since you can't really find used cells at the same voltage, and in the future this battery will just not balance the way it should. So we will have to just take out all the cells out and weld them up and connect them like they were before. I have some 21700 cells in stock, so I'm just going to take off all the welds and put in some new cells. So let's do that. For these little tools I just use some clippers and just slowly take off the tabs from here. You have to be careful not to take this board out too much, because there's a temperature sensor that is glued in here. We'll have to remove it before we take the case off so we don't damage the cables here. All of the excess thermal conductive glue is off. We're going to glue it to the new cells in a second. Alright, so the first thing is just putting them in the way they were before. And let's go for some new cells. We have some new cells. These are black cells. These are grade A cells. They are pretty cheap and they work very well for a long time. I'm going to add some ring terminals on top just for extra safety. Let's take them out. Alright, so once we have the battery putting correctly, after we have the cells, after we have fish paper insulation on the cells, we can put them into the cell holders the way they were before. Alright, so I found my thermal glue. I'm going to use it on the temperature sensor so that it's nicely stuck on to the cell. Let's put it on the cell. Alright, so now we're going to start with the spot welding process. We are going to use 0.2 millimeters of pure nickel on the strips here. Let's take it out from my box. Alright, so we have all of the connections now cut out, we're going to start spot welding them to the battery. Let me turn on my spot welder. Let me just do a quick test spot weld to see which power I need for the spot welder. Let's see if we can take it off. Okay, so it's already way stronger than the original ones. Yeah, get 30 is enough for the spot welding. As you can see, it's fully stripped off. Before we do these, I'm going to add a little blob of solder onto all of the joints. But before we do that, let's make sure there's no excess strips on here. It'll just make it way easier for the solder. Alright, so we have solder on all of the joints now. Let's just connect this one first. Boom. Let's solder it down. Now let's spot weld it. So after spot welding, the battery should be at the nominal voltage. Yes, 21.4. That is perfectly normal. That is the rated voltage of the battery. 21.6 volts. 21.6 volts is the nominal voltage. Now all we have to do is connect all of the nickel strips to the board. Now that is done, we have the battery completed now. All we have to do is just add a little bit of tape. We're going to add some fiberglass tape over here just to cover it up. Now this looks like a complete battery. Alright, so we have the battery temporarily connected to my adjustable charger. We have the charger connected. We have the charging voltage selected to 25.5 volts. So now let's see if everything will work, if the battery will be charged. This charger can do 3 amps minimum. So it's going to be a little test on the connections, on the cells, how they perform at 3 amps, which is pretty high for this small battery. Let's see how it goes. Let's just connect the charger in. My voltage meter. Alright, so the charger turned on. Let's see the voltage that the battery is at. So the battery is at 24.1. At this point, you know that the battery is 100% working and is ready to be put back into the vacuum cleaner. All you have to do now is put on heat shrink onto the battery and it's ready to work for the next couple of years. If you like this video, I'd be really glad if you put a like on my video and subscribed. If you are looking for a new battery for your e-bike, for your DIY project, message me on WhatsApp on the phone number on the screen. You can also join my Discord server where I can help you out as well. Thanks for watching and bye bye.